What's going on, guys? Do you ever get advertised something on Facebook, maybe in a reel, and think, that's really cool, I want one of those, I'm getting one of those, I could do so much with that. Then you get it, you play with it for a day or two, and then don't touch it ever again. Well, that's the story with this. This little 3018 CNC router I bought about 5 years ago, set it up once, didn't have any success with it, and then it sat on a shelf for, well, the last 5 years. But now, finally, I've learned how to use it, and I've got a cool project in mind for it. So let's get it set up and get stuck in. So I've got this set up in the office now. I've got my G-code file ready to go. I've got my bit of wood prepared. So the next thing I need to do is put the bit in. And the first bit we're going to use for the rough-in pass is this 1/8 spiral bit. So let's get that installed. Right. I've got the G-code loaded up. I'm using UGS to talk to the machine and run it. I've got the piece of wood in the machine. Here goes nothing, I guess. Let's hit play. Maybe a little bit deep on the cut, especially in oak. We'll just see how it goes. The rough-in doesn't take long, it's the detail that's going to add to the time. So if this one goes wrong, I'll just quickly skim it under the planer and start again. I'll just rejig this. Shouldn't be taking that much off. I set it to 0.5 mil per pass, but perhaps the 0 point there on this corner was a tiny bit low, so it might be doing a little bit more on the first cut. We'll see. That's the roughing out done. Now I'm going to change the bit over to one of these 20-degree V-carve bits to do the detailed pass. That's the first one done. It needs a little bit of cleaning up. It's left some feathery bits in here. This last one's probably the best. The first one is definitely the worst. I was a little bit worried about these letters and the numbers because they're so small. There's going to be so much short grain, and as you can see, they've just been chewed up on this one. These two actually look not so bad, to be fair. That one's missing part of the M. Other than that, it actually doesn't look too bad. So I think on this one, I'm going to get a chisel and just break these away and have solid sections. And these two, I'm going to try and clean up and probably try and save the letters and numbers on them and make them tidy. Because what we're going to do next is pour some resin in these. I've also set up a file which I'm going to put on now for an inverted version of this. So the cut out bits will be these, and the solid bits will be the bits we've cut out on these ones. So I'm going to go and set that up, and then we'll clean this up. I left this one overnight to finish carving, and it looks really good. So good, in fact, that I might just scrap the other version of it. Although I do want to have a go at the other version with some more dialed in settings, but this one looks really good. As you can see, I've been keeping the machine pretty busy. I've had to do quite a bit of reworking the file and the settings on the machine to get these exactly how I want them, but I think we're finally there. I've done a few test pours with some quick drying resin, and they seem to have come out how I want them. So now it's time to get these two poured, and the resin we're going to be using is Craft Resin UK's Arts and Crafts resin. This one's a shallower pour, quick drying resin, so it should be perfect for these. These are 4 mil deep, and I think you can pour this in 1/4 inch at a time. So let's mix it up and get these two poured. I don't want to introduce too much air into it, so I'm just folding them together, not whipping them up with an aggressive mix. I'm just folding them over. That way we can avoid introducing too much air as we're mixing. Didn't actually work out how much resin I needed. I feel like I've put too much in this one and not left enough for this one, so I'm going to have to mix up a little bit more. That's annoying. Don't think that's going to stretch to that third one. Way too much in this one. I don't know if we could scoop it over. Perfect, that's looking pretty good there now. I can see some air bubbles. Let's give it a little bit of heat in a second. Try and get them to pop. And then we should be able to just leave it for a couple of days. And the job should be a good one. It's been a couple of days and this has gone nice and hard. So I'm going to get this tape off them, get them under the thicknesser and get them cleaned up. What I think I'm going to try and do is just get a tiny little dab of super glue in all these little pits and then sand it off and hope that brings it level and it doesn't stand out too much. Right, now these are all sanded up, I'm going to get them cut, round it over, and we'll get some finish on them. For the finish, I'm just going to use a very thin application of Osmo Poly-X here. I'm just going to get a little bit on my cloth and just burnish it into it. Not laying it on thick with a brush or anything like that. Just burnishing it in very, very lightly. Just do that for all of them. And then we've got a finished product. Well, there we have it, guys. That's the finished project. I've had a lot of fun making this. I've had a lot of fun messing about with this little machine. I don't know why I didn't do it years ago, because, man, the possibilities. I've already got so many ideas of other things I can do with it. And I'm definitely also already considering just getting a bigger one, because that was a lot of fun. And, man, there's just so much you could do with it. So all that's left to say is thank you so much for watching. I hope you've enjoyed it. If you did enjoy it, please consider hitting that like button. If not, then don't hit the like button. I don't know why you're still watching if you haven't enjoyed the video. And yeah, I'll catch you next time.